What is up, Earth's mightiest subscribers? It is your boy Ernie. I'm the Blerd Without Fear. Welcome back to the channel. I am not alone today. I mean, I'm usually never alone. There's someone always in the house. However, today, I am joined by a special guest whose nameplates I'm going to flip because I guessed which side y'all were going to be on wrong. So I'm going to move this, and I'm going to move that, and we're going to pretend, we're going to go in, we're going to act like I didn't do anything wrong. And that is because I am joined today by, for one, I guess let's start with to my left. There, okay. Yeah, there it is. I always suck at this part, the whole Mirrorverse thing. So, to my left, I have Megan of the Vigilante Vibes podcast, who, by the way, I'm just going to say this up front. I have links down below for everybody's social media stuff. Go click on those. They're good things. They're good things to click on. I feel like you should know these things. Also, to my right, I have Jamie Broadnax, the founder of blackgirlnerds.com, which you should also be following, but also, once again, links. There's links. I've made this very easy, y'all. I have made this so easy. I don't know if I could have made it any easier. I'm trying. But just go with it. Just go with it. And if for whatever reason, if you can't find them, just ask. Just ask.
It's on threads too. If you know.
Yes. Well, and I was gonna say too, like, because I think we have all here. I'm gonna do some mild adjusting, but just of cameras and stuff, because that's just what I do. But so I just real quick. I know all three of us have been kind of leading the charge during the dark days where Marvel was not promoting the show.
Yeah.
We were all asking for the trailer.
We were asking for acknowledgement. Just like,
it was like
winked at us.
Where's the trailer?
Where's Riri? Where is she? Like,
Free Riri.
For 2 years.
Why are you hiding her from us? What is going on, Marvel? What are you doing? Yeah.
Well, it was bad.
Yeah.
Well, and other Marvel projects were being promoted with later release dates, and they were going hard in the paint on those projects. And I'm like, well,
yes.
Did y'all?
They were still promoting Daredevil Born Again when we were asking for Riri Williams, which was a month away. It was like, okay, that was a great show. Don't get me wrong, but don't do that. Yeah. Don't play with our ADHD that way. Just give us Riri.
What was it? They did the 2-hour stream of Daredevil Born Again that they showed. Marvel had put that out. Did I get that right?
Oh,
yeah.
Oh, okay. That and Hugh Jackman just staring into a camera for like 7 hours.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. But you couldn't give us.
After the season had ended, and it's like, okay, we're ready for Ironheart promo. Y'all are giving us this?
It was whack. There's no, and I'll say this too, just because I'm petty. I had so many people telling me, well, Ernie, you just don't get it. Okay? You just don't get it. Yeah. You see, Marvel doesn't do promotion on television shows until like the month that it is about to come out. And I don't remember the exact date, but it wasn't that long ago we got that first trailer. I'm just gonna put it like that.
I'm gonna say that's not true at all, because I saw so many things that said they won't promote a show while a movie's out. Okay, but Daredevil Born Again was being promoted before, during, and after Captain America: Brave New World. And it was being promoted every single month of the year leading up to it.
Thunderbolts was even being promoted.
I mean, where did all of these Marvel advertising experts and analysts come from?
You know where they came from? ChatGPT. That's where they came from. That's That is all of them are bots because they all say the same thing. They all say the same thing. But we got the show. It's out.
Yes.
Well, the first half of it.
Yeah.
First half is out. And I think if you follow any of us on threads, we were all talking about it. Look, it's amazing. It's amazing, and it's getting. I've already watched it a second time since last night. So,
Same.
yeah, it's
It'll be third for me, but yeah.
So
now this will be the fourth.
Like I was just going back and I was like, let me comb through some of this. I don't know, I might miss something. But no, we're gonna be watching it. You guys will get to watch it along with us. And now I'm going to say right now, I think I said this before. I am the Blerd Without Fear. I am not the Blerd without knowledge of the legal system. So y'all gonna have to get your own Disney Plus. I can't do it for you. Y'all got to get on Disney Plus or however it is y'all are watching this. I can't help y'all with that. But I am going to be playing it on my side. We're going to be watching together, and y'all get to chill and vibe with us a little bit because that's what we do. So everybody who is here, I see a lot of y'all going off. Yeah. Yeah. Thank you, Jonathan Schwinn. No copyright strikes. I've done that once. Not fun. Not fun. It was those were the dark days of the Blerd Without Fear channel. Y'all some of my old heads here who have been here, my day ones, y'all remember those times. Wow. But yes, let's go ahead and cue this bad boy up. Episode 1, Take Me Home. And I'm gonna actually I'm gonna mute my shit on my side so YouTube doesn't try and be like, oh, we can hear through your headphones. No, you can't. Lies. The lies you just told. Let's start it. Yeah, I'm skipping that. If they give you the ad, just skip it. Yeah, that's right. Stun on all the white men. Not gonna hold y'all. I cried the first time I saw that.
Did you?
I was like, y'all about to make this hurt.
They had no right to start this show with her dead friend and her vibing. I was like, why you gotta do that?
Yeah.
Why I got to show him happy?
But we get to know what her MO is, right? We know why Reimei makes the decisions that she makes. So I like that they're kind of establishing that at the forefront.
Yeah, they started it at a smart time.
Yeah.
I honestly wasn't sure what they were going to do with that. I honestly had no idea what they were going to do because I was like, this is kind of heavy subject matter. Like, compared to some other stuff that they've done. So I honestly was surprised.
Well, they've been going pretty dark lately. Moon Knight, Daredevil. There's been a few times I'm like, oh, they said that. They included that. That's different.
Thunderbolts. Thunderbolts was smart.
Yeah.
I was like, oh man. Y'all, we're talking about meth addiction now? Okay.
Yeah. Right.
Okay. I mean,
like Bob just told the audience he wants to kill himself. Oh, okay, I guess we're going this way.
Suicidal ideation. Okay, we're going deep on.
We've been here 15 minutes. Starting off strong.
Also, shout out to the Dean community forever.
Yes. A bunch of trash.
I just can't help it. Everybody is who I first saw them as. Every time. He's the Dean forever.
I died when you threaded, when you said the professor automatically assumed it was the black girl's fault. I was like, oh my God, he did. That's exactly what he did.
I was like, man, that's racist. Like, that's racist. They doing my girl. They doing my girl Riri like this.
There was some passive aggressive like moments in this series because we get to it later on with Joe's character. I think you know what I'm talking about.
Yes.
I'm just like, Joe, I'm looking at you sideways for that.
Like, I don't trust you. I don't trust you. I don't trust you, Han Solo. I don't trust you.
I didn't trust him in that movie. Remember that movie he did on Netflix? Oh gosh, now it's escaping me. He was a psychopath.
Oh.
He looks like he'd play a good one.
Yeah.
See now, I got.
It was a relationship that turned really sour, and he just did not know how to take it.
That's my kind of movie.
It's like, look, man. When she says no, just leave.
It's like reverse Lifetime movies. It's not the women killing; it's the men.
So life.
Life.
Actual life.
It got too real.
Fair play. That's right. Fair play.
Also, shout out to the shout out to old girl right here too, keeping it a buck. Like, she's like, girl, ain't nobody say that shit to you. Like,
we won't say all that, okay?
She's like, I don't know about that.
She's probably gotten this speech from Riri so many times too. She's like, okay, like this is your last day here. I'm not going down this hall with you again.
Exactly. I like that. That was a real moment though, because it seemed like it was a very cinematic, like dramatic monologue from Riri with all of this, dramatic music in the background, and then Dean Choi's like, sis, come on now.
Like, no.
Really?
Baby girl,
really?
Well, you expect that from her because she does come from pretty rough circumstances, and with her grief, you're like, it's coming at some point. But when it happens 5 minutes in, it's probably a good idea just kind of say like, oh, hold on, we're not there yet. We're like, relax.
Yeah.
Also, man, shout out, man, who coordinated the music on this show? Who
I know.
Dara Taylor. Shout out to Dara Taylor. She's the musical composer for Ironheart. I'm sure there's other artists that are involved, but she did the musical score.
Okay. Look. Can they get a raise?
I know the musical selections were just chef's finger kiss. Nina Simone, Centerman, Shaka Khan. Like, I was just like, this is
even Alanis Morissette. Like
Alanis Morissette. I was like, okay, y'all are so me. I would be singing "You Ought to Know" in the car out loud at the top of the lungs.
I was like, I was ready. Like, I wasn't sure like which song they were gonna go for, but I was like, okay, all right, I'm in. I want to sing along with you all.
You know when you see a song playing in a movie or show and you're like, you just changed that whole song for me. This is now the Riri Williams song for me, so sorry, Alanis, but your time is done.
I know, right?
Yeah.
So I look, Alanis, I'm gonna need you to re-record the music video and just have Dominique Thorne in it. Just yeah.
Yes.
Just Dominique, just walking around, just doing whatever. I don't care. It could be anything.
I liked the little AI Trevor making fun of Clippy. I thought that was pretty cute.
And then AI Trevor getting Chicago, the city, mixed up with Chicago, the band. Like, Chicago with the band. I was like, oh my gosh. Yeah.
Was when she was flying, I was like, how is she using this little pencil? She just got expelled. And then you see it say, access denied. I'm like, oh, damn. They went quick. They were waiting.
It's like, no, you're not going to get that far. Which, I mean, it was kind of wild. So I'm like, dude, technically that's her stuff, right? Like that's her shit.
But the AI is for MIT. That's
Oh, yeah.
MIT's AI. Yeah. Like so all the students get access to it.
It's like whack.
Yeah.
This is why we don't have nice things.
Because they're falling from the sky because access was denied.
Also, this squad.
I want to be in it so
Like,
bad.
I know. I'm
Yeah.
like, I want to hang out
like,
with you guys.
Look, they had
Best
me.
bad guy team ever.
Well, it really messed me. I was like, okay, first off, I see my boy Rio. I see you out here. I mean, I know you're Johnny in this, but you'll always be Rio to me, Penton. You know, you always good girl squad. As far as I'm concerned.
Oh, he's just everything to me. Like,
It's fine.
he's
Dude's like just cool. He's smooth.
He's
smooth.
suave. Yeah.
Yes. Like he's got the good looks, but then he's got the charisma to go with it.
Yes.
And he doesn't react loudly. Everything is just under the radar, but it's enough to where you're like, oh shit, oh shoot, oh man.
Eric Andre popping up in this. That was fun. Okay.
I didn't see that. Like, I knew he was going to be in it, but I wasn't sure, like, what he was going to be doing. Like, I was like, oh, snap, Rampage.
We're going to call you Stuart.
Yeah, your name's Stu.
Stu. Poor guy. They could have at least called him by his name one time before he ate it.
Also, can I just say, man, but Clown, though, like, that's...
I love Clown. She is bananas.
I need a Disney Plus special presentation. Can we get a special presentation just for the whole crew?
Really, just focus on the crew. Oh, that's a good idea.
Like, just can I get that?
Because I want to see the Blood siblings in their underground fight club really bad.
Yeah.
You know, of all the things,
the Roadhouse.
Like of all the things, you know, I just want to see them fighting. Can I get that?
Yeah.
That's not a lot.
That part.
That's cheap.
Yeah.
Look, we could get this film. We can get this film for a ham sandwich. Come on. Because I know they film more.
Yeah, I want to see everything they didn't add in here because I feel like there was a lot, and I feel like it shows the most in the third episode.
Yes, it's the third. Like honestly, I thought the third episode, if I did not know any better, I would have thought it was like two separate episodes because there was so much going on in it.
Yeah,
like it was like jam packed.
Yeah,
it was. Tony can't save us this time.
No.
Good Lord.
I want that guy back. Can we get that guy back?
Tony or the yelling guy in the street?
Not just the yelling guy. Tony can stay where he's at. He can stay in the gulag. But I need that guy. I need that guy on the street.
I just want to hear what he has to. I wish he was one of the people that were interviewed in Daredevil Born Again. When they did the interviews on the streets.
Where? Like that is a...
Oh, yeah.
That would be like a perfect thing.
Right. Those are real New Yorkers. Those weren't like actors.
Yeah, they like
actually
get
went.
People.
Yeah, like they really went out and were like, hey, can you just, you want to be on the show? And they did. And it's like, why? It's hard to see other people living out their dream. Your dream, I mean. It's hard.
Also, I love these passerbys that are on the show. I don't live in Chicago, but I've spent a fair chunk of time there. This shit's real. It's real. These people, I believe every word they said.
He said, you need a Band-Aid or an ice pack or something.
Like, damn, you good? You good? Girl, you good?
They're like, that was you crashing? And she's like, just shut up.
It's beautiful. It's absolutely positively beautiful. And I really need somebody. I need somebody to make this happen. I need it. I need it in my life. I want it. Someone please make it happen.
I'd like to
me
see
even more mad. Oh, go ahead, Megan.
Oh no, please go.
I'm just saying that's why it makes me even more mad that Marvel like dropped the ball on marketing this, because it's really so good. Like, what were you hiding from us? I could see if it was something where it's like, yeah, this is not gonna turn out to be well for fans, but we all loved it, you know?
Right.
So
Yeah, I haven't seen anyone that's actually watched it say it's poorly written, the acting is bad. Nothing. The people who were
the
trashing it have been
authentic
very
people,
quiet.
not
Yeah.
not the bots. Yeah.
Yeah. We're talking about like actual. Because I'm sorry, no one should have been reviewing the show days before release that does not have press credentials. I'm sorry, just so everybody who gave those crappy reviews, you knew they were lying. You absolutely
because it was in the audience. So Rotten Tomatoes closed off the critic review section because it was embargoed for us. It was embargoed until 9:00 Eastern time,
right,
for us to publish those reviews. For the audience rating, I don't know why, but Rotten Tomatoes had that open for people to go ahead and put in their reviews, and it's like, why? It's not out yet.
Right.
What are they reviewing? So
I just don't understand that.
I don't either.
It's like they're
like,
working against us.
To get traffic on their site, and
I knew plenty of people who like saw the show early and didn't say shit.
Yeah.
Like kept
Like
their
all of
fucking
them.
mouths shut, and you did not see any reviews until the time had already come and gone. So yeah, like I'm sorry, at this point I think maybe we shouldn't. I don't want to mess it up for everybody, but maybe we shouldn't just allow any old body to be posting on Rotten Tomatoes. Maybe, I don't know, or maybe
just
put a
close
timer.
it off.
Yeah,
close it off until it actually premieres, and maybe even wait until 24 hours or something.
Yes,
that way you can actually critically think about what you're writing about instead of just being a Redditor and just being all clickbaity about your opinion.
Right, because there's people out there that are literally just like making shit up.
Yeah.
You saw a lot of reviews that came out yesterday that you read them and you're like, you did not watch the show.
No.
There is absolutely no, like, you're giving the most vague responses. You're saying that no one has personality in the show. Little things like that. It's like, that's simply not true. You cannot say that about anyone in the show.
No. Everybody,
the
show's great.
Yeah.
People in their reviews actually were saying that they did not see the show. They're like, I didn't see this show and I know it sucks. I'm like, why are you here?
This should make
you wasted your time.
Why are you here?
Where's your life? What are you doing?
If I don't like something, I'm not going to give air to it. I'm not going to give relevancy to it and significance. I'm just going to ignore it and go focus on the things that I like. Like,
yeah,
because we're adults.
Yeah,
we're adults who gotta pay bills. You ain't got time. No, look. I don't know how anyone can take anyone seriously who at the beginning of the review says, I didn't watch it. What else is there to say after that?
Yeah. Why should I care what else you have to say?
Then what are you reviewing?
Yeah.
What are we talking about?
It's suspect why they even have that audience review thing to begin with. Is it just a way to get traffic and, because that's how they make the revenue, traffic on the site. There's ads on the site.
Well, yeah, then it's review bombed and people are like, go check Rotten Tomatoes. Go look at it now. That's more traffic to it.
People are hitting refresh to see if the percentages go up or go down. Like, people are invested. So Rotten Tomatoes, they know what they're doing.
No, they're complicit. They are complicit.
That part.
They're like, ooh, no, please don't review bomb.
Don't
you? Oh, go ahead.
Exactly.
That was jokes. I said that for them. swear.
I
Also,
have to say, I did not like Riri and what is Natalie's brother's name? Xavier? I did not
oh
like
yeah,
that little romance blooming. I was like, come on, come on. It just feels weird.
like I like to see Xavier,
Yeah.
but honestly, I don't know.
I thought the mixtape thing was kind of cute. I thought that was a cute moment. Like, I mean, he didn't create the mixtape for her because he was like, it's a copy of a mixtape that I already made. But I still thought that was like a cute moment between the two of them.
Yeah.
And yeah, I'm curious to know, like, are they wanting to create this budding romance as just as another, kind of plot device outside of the seriousness of her dealing with her PTSD, and
I think
I don't have an issue with it. Yeah.
I think it'll be used to show like Riri, look how you've changed. You were a different person last week. But then it's like they're also trying to make this very strange dynamic with her and not Joe. He's not Joe. So
Right.
and it was like, okay,
We've learned.
let her be. Let her be. She's going through it.
Let her grieve.
Right. Like just let her do her thing. She's worried about a lot more than these little boys.
I think it's because like when I was reading the comics, like Riri's so like unbothered by the presence of other people that like I never view her as being like I'm not to say I know like the soup du jour right now is that as far as like representation goes is Yelena and Thunderbolts being Ace, but like even before like Yelena, I was like I almost kind of look at Riri that way because like she never really seems to. And Grant in the comics, she's like to me, she's damn near baby. She's a baby. She ain't that much older than my kid.
She started so young, and she kept that energy.
So does she have a romantic interest in the comics?
No, I mean,
nothing serious. No, just like a kid thing, like a crush, like that kind of thing. It's nothing big, but like that. It's exactly what he said. She's always just kind of chilling. Yeah. She's never in her feelings. She's never crushing. She's never simping. So it's like you do look at her like, you're fine. You're good where you are. Maybe you're Ace. Maybe you're not. Maybe you're just not into it. It's fine.
You might just not care. Like just
yeah.
I don't know. I mean, if they go that route, whatever. I mean, it's fine. It's just that I have a long history with comic book movies and TV shows enforcing a love interest.
Oh, so Natasha and Hulk.
Yeah. I mean, like, it's like there has to be a love interest.
Yeah, there doesn't have to be it. It doesn't have to happen.
When movies don't have them, I don't even notice. I'm just like, oh damn, they really were just out here just single life.
Did Thunderbolts have it? Did Thunderbolts have it?
People tried to enforce it, but there was none. People tried
to.
Wasn't.
Yeah, and it
like
was good.
The whole Bob Yelena thing. I saw a lot of people trying to be like,
they were trying to ship it hard.
Yeah, I was like, dude, I don't want to be the one to tell y'all this, but she treated him like a little brother.
Yeah,
and that's what I felt that was the direction they were going with anyway in the film. It was a more of a platonic brother-sister relationship.
Just friends, yeah.
Yeah, why were people trying to ship that? But I think going back to Riri, if she didn't have a love interest, then people would criticize that and go, well, why a Black female-led series, she doesn't have a love interest? All the other MCU projects have love interests. Why aren't we?
Why can't she?
Right. Look, Loki's love interest barely counts. It was himself. That doesn't count. Daredevil, he sleeps with everyone. That doesn't count.
Say,
look,
president of the Hornhead fan club.
Yeah.
He's a hoe. Okay?
Yeah.
Maddie is a hoe. We
That is
know
true.
he's a hoe. And we still love him because we don't judge, okay? We don't judge.
We listen and we don't judge.
Yeah.
But he's in at least one relationship at a time. So
yeah. But he don't wait long.
examine the word hoe here
He
for
does
a second.
not like
Yeah.
he's very, very consistent. You think there's a break where you're like, just take some time for you. No pun intended, but he is always seeing someone.
Yes. He's X to the next. He like that is Matt X to the next Murdoch. That's his name.
True.
That's actually not even like a nickname. That's his government name. That you can take that man into court with that name.
He's a lawyer. He'll just fight it.
Right. Hey, just remember, the lawyer or any person who represents himself has a fool for a lawyer and an idiot for a client. Just always remember that.
Oh yeah, I've heard that. Yeah.
That was beautiful. I've never heard that before.
Yes.
Can't claim it. Can't claim it.
The old proverb.
Yeah. A lawyer once told it to me, and I was like, good to know.
Yeah.
I
I will not represent myself in court.
actually think I do pretty good. I can argue like crazy. But like it gets to the point where the judge is like, what are we doing? Why do you keep saying you're fine? This doesn't work.
Like it would be a thing where it would just become like I would become a meme. I would just become a meme because I would use every lawyer trope that I could think of in moments where they're not appropriate.
That's hearsay. You're like, that's not what that means at all. Do you work for Johnny Depp's ex-wife's lawyers?
It would be like if I was in a doctor's office or in like a hospital, I would just say stat for no reason. I don't know why they say that. For me, what I want for this show, and I'm glad people kind of caught on to the fact that Ryan Coogler was involved with this, that he, helped bring this to life. I just want people to stream the hell out of this show.
Yeah.
Yes.
You don't even have to leave the house. Just leave it on.
Leave it on for your dogs.
Yeah.
Give it the sinner's treatment. Multiple repeat viewings. Go back and rewatch it after you've seen it.
Well, let's be honest. If Ryan Coogler was not involved with this, no matter how good it would have been, they would have silently canceled this. We would not be watching.
Oh,
because they landed on him heavy with promoting.
yes.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Well, I remember, and I think, and my memory might be incorrect on this, Jamie. So please feel free to set me straight on this. But because I didn't go, but was it D24? Did they not show the exact same trailer for Ironheart that they showed there, like the one that they finally released? Was that not the exact same trailer?
The one that came out after we were
yes
playing about it online.
Mm-hmm.
It was different. The one that D23 was a little bit. They added more scenes to the newer one. Yeah, because we saw some more scenes with Hood, and we saw some more scenes with Natalie in it. So yeah, it was a little bit. They added some extra scenes.
Okay. But
it was so long ago, it's probably easy to forget.
Well, but still though, I think that just even kind of says like it wasn't like they didn't have a trailer.
Yeah.
Right. Oh yeah, they had a trailer. They had a trailer back at CinemaCon last year when I went there.
They finished filming like 2 years ago. This was announced in 2020. They've had it.
I remember the set photos. I remember the Just Jared set photos from a scene from the next episode.
Oh, her suit?
Yeah, where like she's in the suit and and the Hood is like walking up with the gun. I was like, dude, this shit's been done. Like, it has been done. I know y'all. I know what happened. Y'all put this shit in the back of the refrigerator and y'all forgot about it. Yeah. You forgot about it.
What they didn't forget, they're like, what is going to be our biggest movie coming up that's going to change the MCU? It's going to be Fantastic Four. So drop it right between Fantastic Four and Daredevil. And if there's any backlash, it'll be gone quickly because of Fantastic Four. Notice we got the final trailer today of Fantastic Four.
Which I feel like the timing on that, come on, you guys. We give Ironheart a little room to breathe? Like, can we give her shine for just like a few more days after its premiere? Because that's kind of stealing the spotlight a little bit from Riri by dropping a huge trailer that everybody's going to be, buzzing about.
Yeah.
They did the same thing when they put the trailer out for Ironheart to begin with, because I remember James Gunn literally said, new Superman trailer this day.
Yes.
Well, James Gunn, didn't he say it after Marvel did?
I might be wrong on the timeline, but I feel like Marvel didn't say anything till like the day after.
Well, they said, I want to say, no, you know what it was? It was Marvel had said trailer coming tomorrow because, like Daniel RPK, all those people are saying, we're getting this trailer this day.
Yeah.
And that day, Marvel was like, no, it's actually coming out tomorrow. And
That's what it
James Gunn
was.
had already said, we're coming out Wednesday. And everyone's like, but Marvel always releases their trailers on Wednesday, James. Why would you do this? And us content creators were like, more for me. Who cares?
Yeah. Look, James, look, I ain't blinking. Okay? I ain't blinking.
I got a movie to promote. Yeah.
He's like, look, man.
Yeah.
I'm trying to sell tickets. I'm trying to fix this mess that Warner Brothers done put on you out here. Look. He's like, look, I tell you what. I'm going to let Riri get 4 hours.
Right.
If she can't clean up. he said, look, but in 4 hours, this shit going up. Okay?
I was stressed they were going to release at the same time because Riri was released the same time that they released the first Superman trailer. And I was like, man, what am I about to do? What are we doing? I can't do that. My poor heart can't take that. Thank you, James Gunn. And James Gunn we trust.
I mean, I can't be mad at the man, because I was like, look, I wouldn't have, look, as much as I love Riri, I wouldn't have moved my shit either. I'd been like, I'm sorry. No, y'all, that ain't me. You need to go talk to Marvel.
And he got a huge investment on return on investment on that one. So I think the estimated budget, I heard the rumor is $350 million for Superman. So gotta check all of those boxes, cross all of those T's, dot all those I's.
But see, now the question becomes, K-Fi. I call him K-Fi. His name's K-Fi as far as I'm concerned. K-Fi, why ain't you protecting this investment?
Well, he was, but you can see that, in your words, K-Fi is very scared because originally it was supposed to be Thunderbolts to come out that next month, not Fantastic Four. Mm-hmm. Yeah, so it's like, okay, so Kevin brought out the big guns, and James Gunn was like, I'm staying here. So in my head, I'm like, I know there's not supposed to be any kind of competition. I get it.
Right.
But isn't there though? Isn't there?
There's always.
Yeah.
And
any movie.
And I believe a rising tide lifts all ships. But look, we all fighting out here, okay? Also, shout out to Ronnie. Shout out to Ronnie out here. Mama holding it down. Look, every superhero need a mama like this.
Yes.
Okay? Because some parents in superhero media, they just be
Some
there.
are trying their best.
Wait a minute.
By the way, how is her relationship with her parents in the comics? Well, with her mom, is it a healthy relationship?
Yeah.
It's okay.
Yeah. It's a. Now I will say there's a brief moment where there's a little bit of dissent, but it's not because of bad parenting. It's just because everything Riri is going through is still so fresh in her head, kind of like with here.
Yeah.
And like all the love, the care, the concern, the support, same. No change. Short of Riri being obviously older, in the MCU than she is in the comics, there is no change to her character as far as I'm concerned. And I love that, because look, first off, single mamas holding it down out here. You know, shout out to the single mamas holding it down. That's also why I really love this. As a kid who grew up, with a single mother, I was like, yep, mama got you every time.
Well, not even just her mom. There's just such good step-parent representation too, because that's not something you see ever. And you see her praising her stepdad and missing him and grieving him. And it was nice to see, as someone who has a step-parent, it was nice to see the same parental love a child could have.
Yeah. That's a lot of the reason why I gravitated towards Riri when she debuted. Because I grew up single mother. I didn't have my stepfather didn't come along until I was good and grown. But like that same kind of relationship that Riri had with her stepfather, I had that same kind of relationship with mine. And I was like, dude, I resonate with this on so many levels. And it all feels authentic. Down to the loss of a friend, to the loss of a stepfather. There were a lot of parallels that I could link myself to with her character, and when I saw them, I was like, this is what it feels like. This is what it feels like to lose someone, like multiple people you care about. But this A1. Emmys, I'm gonna need the Emmys to get right, because or golden, whatever the hell, we need something. Y'all take care of my boy. Take care of my boy Parker. Take care of my boy Parker, because he out here.
He did a good job. I mean,
It did.
I mentioned Anthony in my interview, like you gave a really compelling performance.
Yes.
It's multi-layered antagonist, and you'll see in further episodes to come. It's just it's so deep, and I would arguably say he's one of the most complex characters in the Marvel, or complex villains in the Marvel Cinematic Universe that we'll get to see on this show. So yeah, I was very impressed by Anthony's performance.
Well, and also, can we get what was Lyric?
Yes.
Yeah, just acting a fool on this show. Acting a whole
would it be, bitch?
fool. Dude, I was like, okay. I was like, that's a friend. That's a friend. That's your homie.
She's amazing.
Also, how'd she come up straight? Like, why is she suited and booted? Like, she looked like she ready to hit the club. She going out.
She's got a lot of style.
Best line. That's one of the best lines in MCU history right there. Who else would it be, bitch?
That was a great closing scene too to that episode. I love that.
And it was such a good troll to the fans who are like, it should have been Iron Man as her AI. And it's like, huh? Who else could it have been? Well, Natalie, it could have been Tony Stark.
I'm not gonna lie, I love that because I always like to mess with people.
Mhm.
Whenever I see oh God, Lashana Lynch. Whenever I see Lashana Lynch in anything, I always like to remind people of how terribly they misrepresented who she was going to be playing in Multiverse of Madness. So every time I see her, I'm like, yep. Academy Award winning actor Tom Cruise back in the building, y'all. There was a time in life where folks legitimately thought that black woman, whole black woman, was a little short white man. Never again. I cannot deal with it. I cannot have it. I will not have it. But yeah, every time I'm like, yep, Tom Cruise was out here. That's why, like, when everybody was like, no, it's gonna be Tony Stark. No, man, it's gonna be this is Tom Cruise all over again. Y'all thought y'all were gonna get Tony. Y'all thought y'all were gonna get the pickup artist. That's a deep cut. Don't nobody remember that movie. Y'all thought y'all were gonna get the pickup artist, but no, y'all got your boy. But I'm just gonna hit this. Yeah, I've just kind of been bullshitting. I'm just gonna hit this next because, well, Disney's already getting it for me.
Yeah.
Because we're in here. I don't need the recap. I saw the last episode. Okay, I saw the last episode. Disney. I'm aware. But yeah, I can't get over this. Lyric Ross. This was perfect casting.
She's great.
I loved her in This Is Us.
Oh God, yes.
Yes.
It's so strange because she started as a child there, and now you
Right.
see her with like her cleavage out, her like looking snatched,
See?
and you're like, ma'am, go home and change. Rebecca will be mad at you.
See, this is why it sucks to be a parent sometimes. Because I'm the same way with people. Like if there's an actor who if my introduction to you is as a child, and then you grow up obviously, and you start having like sexy clothes, I'm like, excuse you?
Yeah,
You
Dakota
leaving the house
Fanning
like
threw
that?
me through. She threw me through a loop. I was like, "What are you doing?"
I mean, I'm here
Okay.
for it, but I feel gross right now. Like I'm old enough to be your daddy.
Dennis Villeneuve is set to direct the new James Bond film. That's breaking news.
Oh wow.
So wait, are we So here's what I need to know. Who my James Bond gonna be? I need the Broccoli family to act
Should have been Idris Elba. It should have been.
It should have been, yeah, but that was
Yeah.
like maybe almost 10 years ago.
Well,
And I'm still mad about it. I talked about it yesterday.
About that.
Like,
I remember it too.
yeah, like
The Broccoli family they don't know how to act. They don't know how to act sometimes, and
Yeah.
I don't appreciate them. I don't appreciate them. But hey, what's my boy Aaron Pierre? Aaron Pierre's.
I could see Aaron, or I could see Reggae Jean Page.
Yeah, get both of them. Get 006 and 00. Well, we already had 006.
But it's likely going to be Aaron Taylor Johnson.
that's what I think it's going to be.
He's like on the top of the list. Yeah.
Yeah.
Look,
And there's actually like rumors that he's had meetings and all of that. So.
And he's a good actor. It's fine, but it's like,
yeah.
I just wanted someone that was. He's just a little rough for me. Like, I want someone who can drink a martini and not look super out of place.
See, the only reason I'm going to be here for it, I'm going to be here for the memes. I'm going to be here for the memes is because it's going to be like, oh man, 00 Kick-Ass, 00 Quicksilver, 00 Craven. All right.
00 Craven. Oh gosh.
He will never live that shit down for me. Ever.
I liked Craven.
I like him in it.
I like him as Craven, but the movie was
But
more
the
like
movie is trash.
Craven's family movie. It wasn't really about him. And if it wasn't tied to Spider-Man, it would have been a fun action film.
It's
Sony
the
just
accent.
can't get their villain movies right. They
No.
just can't get them right. I don't know why.
Just stop.
Just
Can,
stop.
look? I think that and I'm not just saying this for Sony. I think we should just. Well, I'm gonna let the DCU cook. I think we should put a moratorium on villain movies. Like maybe like if there's any movie to be hyper careful with, it's those, because it's like, well, if you're just gonna make up some bullshit and have Kraven fight people that he can piece up like that, it's like Rhino ain't nobody. It's like, that's light work. And then you gotta make villains that are like more bad than the bad guy. And it's like, you didn't manage that. You could have, if you went with the obvious villain, you go with Chameleon, that would have worked. But you saved it. You were playing for the second movie. You were writing for the sequel instead of worried about the movie you were trying to make.
Well, it's
But,
like, how
yeah.
can you make a villain movie and have the villain be the protagonist? That means he's a good guy, but he's a villain. Like, what are you doing? You have to make him bad. You have to make it be about how bad he is of a person. Like, I'd watch that.
It needs to be what makes him bad. It needs to be like, if you're gonna make them protagonists, there needs to be an obvious journey from being either not a bad guy or at least a less bad guy to being the bad guy. And I don't feel there's anything in Kraven that made me like think that, oh wow, yeah, this dude's a bad guy. Well, I mean, yeah, he's bad, but like, also they did my girl wrong as Calypso. I was like, man, she just here, Lord. She just a black woman on the wall, just not.
She tried her best with what she was given.
She was like, look, man, I can only do so much. Like, I'm trying. Look, I'm not gonna lie, I had a flashback to Wentworth in this little Fight Club thing. I was like, oh, damn. I was like, they in the Hoosh Gal? And then,
Speaking of this scene, I really liked the Madripoor reference. My X-Men loving heart sang.
Yes. It was beautiful. Because I was like, okay, look, can we finally get the Madripoor movie? Can we get Patch? Can we get a Patch movie? Y'all want to make movies? Y'all want to make spinoffs? Give me a Patch movie.
You want Logan to be there till he's 90? That's the next step.
I'm just saying. Look, I love Hugh Jackman.
And they will make it happen. They'll figure out a way to keep.
No, I'm gonna tell you how they do it. It's see, what you do is you back the dump truck of money to whatever Hugh Jackman's address is. You got to give that man Scrooge McDuck money.
I mean, at this point,
they're gonna give it to him because guess who's getting it now? Robert Downey Jr. So there you go. They will give it to him. I mean, as long as the movies keep making close to $1 billion, or no, it made $1 billion. As long as they make $1 billion to the box office, then he will be working 90.
It's not a it's not uncommon for movies that big to do that well. Like usually the movies that are that ambitious, Marvel's had really, like, with the exception of a couple, they've had some really good luck with stuff like that. So as long as as long as you throw a game behind it, you can't just be, I'm just gonna throw up some bullshit and we're just gonna hope for the best. Like, no, like, even though I have my issues with Deadpool and Wolverine, it's like you knew they were gonna go all out. You just kind of had to have that feeling. But like, yeah, if you just throw up some BS and be like, yeah, I don't know, man, we just doing some shit. Yeah, you ain't gonna make $1 billion. But if you put that Deadpool and Wolverine energy behind it, you gonna get $1 billion. You put that Black Panther energy behind it, you gonna get $1 billion. Hell, they fucked up and got $1 billion with Captain Marvel. I was shocked. I was like, ooh, damn. I was like,
Couldn't be because it was sandwiched in between two Avengers movies, but that was smart thinking, Marvel.
I was just surprised. I was like, damn, there's a whole hate campaign against this movie, and it still made $1 billion?
Yeah.
Shit. I was like, that was when I knew. I was like, oh, Marvel don't fuck around. I was like, okay, no. I was like, they real. It wasn't Guardians of the Galaxy. It wasn't Winter Soldier. It wasn't Avengers. It wasn't Infinity War Endgame. I was like, nah, it was Captain Marvel. I was like, y'all got these motherfuckers to go see Captain Marvel. I am not even allowed to say Captain Marvel around this motherfucker because the trolls just come out. I'm not even allowed to say that's one of my favorite superheroes, and like I just keep that shit to myself.
I mean, there are YouTubers that have like banks of videos just on Captain Marvel. It's just so wild how invested they are in the hate campaign.
It's gross.
For Brie and the whole franchise.
Well, she is such a big deal to both sides of the fandom that now her supporters have joined a different type of toxic side where it's like, oh, you don't like her? You're sexist. That's what you are. It's like, I just don't like her in the comics.
It's like,
we don't vibe. My God, I'm a woman.
I will say, if someone tells me they don't like Captain Marvel, the only question I will ask is it because of Civil War 2? Because if it's because of Civil War 2, I will totally be like, you know what? Me too. Yeah, that was most egregious instance of character assassination I've ever seen in my life. But no, I don't think that.
I would lend that to the way they treated Sam Jackson's character in the Marvels. That felt like a
look,
and then they go transition to that in the Secret Invasion, and I'm like, are these two different characters?
Secret Invasion made no sense because Sam Jackson said you have to watch Secret Invasion to understand the Marvels, and it's like, you bastard, you lied to us. You knew what you were putting us through, because Secret Invasion it started so strong, and then every week when I reviewed it, you saw me die a little more every week. It's like, I wonder where we're going. It's like, where are we going with this? And at the end, it's like, why did they do this to us?
That is the one Marvel series I could not finish. That's how bad.
That's a very wise choice because it hasn't left my brain.
See, so I'm in the other end of the spectrum. I finished it. Could not tell you what happened. I don't remember. I'm just like, if someone said, hey, do you remember? Yeah, you remember Secret Invasion, the ending where the thing happened? I was like,
and I don't care. I don't care. Like, you know, I guess because I'm a pop culture critic, I should know these things. I don't care to know enough. If it's that boring, if it doesn't get my attention span that much, I'm sorry, I'm not going to invest in it. My time is precious. It's very valuable to me. That's why when I saw that Movie Web post about Ironheart being one of the worst MCU series ever, I was like, why? Imagine saying that when Secret Invasion exists.
Okay, thank you.
Imagine saying that when Iron Fist exists. Like, really?
Oh, man.
No, real talk. That's the same shit I say about the movies. Because I remember, like, look, okay, don't get me wrong. Is The Marvels a perfect movie? No, it's not. But I had fun with it.
Right.
When people were saying it was the worst Marvel movie ever made, I was like, so we gonna act like Thor the Dark World never happened.
Okay, hang on. Let's calm down for a second. How are you going to say that when Thor Love and Thunder is right there looking at you in the face?
Also.
No, wait a minute. I like Thor the Dark World, and it's been so lonely on these streets. So lonely. It's hurt. But Thor Love and Thunder, I hated so much. I cried in the theater. I was so pregnant, and like, you can't do anything when you're pregnant. So I was like, I at least have a Marvel movie to look forward to. I can at least do that. I cried after it. Cried through the end credit scene. I didn't care. I hope they died. Screw his little adopted daughter. I don't care about her.
Wasted Christian Bale in that movie.
Wasted.
It was. Well, it just look.
How did it waste Christian Bale? How?
Well, it's like, how do you waste Amelia Clark in Secret Invasion? She could have been something, man. I love her.
Also, why waste? You got Natalie Portman back. Why like, okay.
I felt like she just took a check, man. She was like,
she wants to come back. She wants to come back if Takai Waititi goes and directs it again. It's like, ma'am, I think you just want to hang out with your friends. You know what all the backlash from that movie. You were so cringy in that movie. Oh, I hated her. I hated her.
I think that what they should have done, I think honestly, what they should have done, if you're gonna do Jane Foster, which I love the Mighty Thor. I that's one of my favorite runs. But she needed her own movie, not like to be a guest character in somebody else's. And it needed to not be a comedy. It needed to be something at least a little more serious.
We should have seen Thor go through his depression, his emotions from everything that's happened. But instead, we got a super quick montage where he's wearing a number one Avengers hat. Takai Waititi is the devil of this movie. And that hurts because I like his other stuff.
It's like, man, how'd you go from Ragnarok to this?
Wait, you made Jojo Rabbit. You know a perfect balance. What happened?
Not that. He didn't do that. I know that. I'll just say, yeah, people went hard in the paint on this TV show, sight unseen. Even like legitimate journalists, critics, whatever, have been kind of going hard in the paint. And I'm like this, at this point, you're being performative. They're like, this is the probably most authentic show that I've seen with a diverse cast that it doesn't feel like, oh, we're ticking boxes. These characters all feel like they belong in the same room with each other. Each of these characters feels natural. They are talking to each other in ways that feel right. The dialogue is just crisp. It's crisp, and there's no fat on any of these scenes. There's no wasted time. Everything feels like it belongs on here. Yeah. And how many times have we seen a show where it's like, man, y'all are just kind of, these wheels are spinning. These wheels are spinning. Y'all are just dragging through. And people ate that shit up. So, yeah, I don't like what I'm seeing from some of these people talking about the show so negative. Like, if you don't like show, fine. I mean, that's okay. But, like, 2.5 stars? Or 1.5? Like, what was it they gave? Was it 1.5? Was it 1.5 stars?
I think MovieWeb gave it 1.5 stars. Like,
fuck out of
here. The hyperbolic behavior behind this is just it's doing the most. And even that scene that we just passed with with Riri and Joe in the car, like that was kind of an authentic moment because I was talking about the aggressive racism a little bit. Yeah. Like when Joe says that I couldn't take you for an Atlantis fan. I was like, okay, bro, really? Dude, really? Yeah.
See, look.
But that sounds like something, like a middle-aged white dude living in suburbia would say.
I have had that. I have literally had that conversation.
Me too.
Like,
I love Atlantis. I have Jagged Little Pill. I own that record.
I remember being in high school and like rocking out to stuff like this, and people being like, "Nah, man, you don't know anything. Nah, you don't know nothing about Alanis. Okay, all right. Well, can you name like all of her albums and all of her B-sides and like how many what slots on the Billboard music? That's what it always was for me.
Why are we gatekeeping Alanis Morissette? Like, is this where we're at in life?
A lot of black fans like her music.
Yes.
Are we that? Everyone likes her music. Like, who cares?
And you know why we didn't talk about it? Because Joe.
Because of the Joes of the world.
The Joe McGillicuddy.
Judging us.
McGillicuddy's. Man, look. I clocked
the
this
worst
man.
fake name ever, bro. McGillicuddy, really? You couldn't do better than that?
Man, you could have just called yourself John Smith, and we would have. It saved yourself some trouble, man. We would have clocked you regardless. But no, I like the comment. Like, this show is so full of random moments that I feel would resonate with people who have been othered. Like, especially like the social economic part of it. Where, like, even down to what the Hood is doing with his gang, like, he's like, yeah, no, we're all trying to come up, we're all trying to secure the bag and, get paid. We're not just trying to take some money, we're trying to get, like equity,
He asked for benefits from Tunnel. Like, they're clearly not here for a quick buck.
No. It was like there was a lot to say there, and I think that some people, and I think that's the problem. A lot of people, their eyes glaze over when they see stuff like that because, like, they're like, that's not realistic, and it's like, okay.
Oh no, you have Landon out here blaming inflation, and it's like, I
love
that
Landon.
in my soul. The backbone of this show.
Our future economics major, right there. He's so.
Oh my god.
Blame inflation.
It's like it's insane. It's insane that people just aren't seeing that. Like, it's like, come on, bro.
They don't want to see it. I think a lot of people haven't watched the show because they automatically assume this is a show just to replace Iron Man, and she's going to be a boss bitch who thinks she's better than Tony Stark. And I guarantee you that's the vibe they want to see in the show, so they think they're right. But it's like, it's not that. Right.
Like, y'all got to get past that, y'all. Like,
look, this motherfucker set up here got duct tape on the suit. This motherfucker got duct tape on the suit. Shit is patched together. She ain't got no money. She ain't got no funding. And it's like, look, even in the comics, it was that way. I remember people like, oh man, like, she's just trying to replace Iron Man. I was like, look, she's not. She really ain't. Like, even in the comics, she hated being called Iron Man. Like, she was like, no, that's not my name. I'm not Iron Man.
But where was the outrage when Pepper Potts had the iron suit? Like,
oh, man, it's so
because
cool.
That's because Tony. That's because Tony let her do it because he gave it to her, and it's like, that's a whole different situation right there now, isn't it?
Oh, look at her, so cute. She got Iron Man suit. Tony's so nice.
He made her a little cute one, little blue one. That's so sweet.
Also, I just want to point out that the lack of accuracy is that suit's not supposed to have weapons on it. Like, her suit, the reason why it's called Rescue is because it was made to save people, not to fight anybody. So I just thought that was hilarious. The people that were like so hype about like they were okay with that, but not like okay with Ironheart. It's like, and then they wanted Morgan, which, by the way, weird addition to the MCU. I will never let Marvel go on that one. It's like, all right, look, no, he didn't need no baby. Okay. That was wish fulfillment. That was somebody trying to live out their shit.
Okay, you got to. Who is Morgan?
His daughter.
Was the daughter from Endgame. Which
yeah.
Cute child. Adorable. Child. She was adorable. Just really nice and pleasant. But she didn't need to be there.
People were asking for that?
Yeah.
Really?
They're like, it shouldn't be Riri, it should be Morgan.
That's exactly. People have been asking that
for
like
so
a month
can hate her
now.
too?
Just say you don't like black folks. You don't like black women. Just say it.
I would rather they be honest.
Yeah.
I would much rather they be honest.
Be honest with your racism.
Well, because at least then I could take you seriously. Like, I could take you more seriously if you were just like, nah, I don't like her.
Well, because along with the racism, it does feel like there's a level of disrespect. It's like, you think I'm dumb enough to believe you.
Yeah. It's if the issue is that you don't want Marvel replacing a character, because, for the sake of comic accuracy or whatever. I mean, I get it. We're attached to things. But oftentimes, we all like a character at some point that was not the original one. I always tell people, Hulk's not even the original Hulk. There was a
Human
Hulk
Torch?
before him. Yeah, right. Human Torch is not the original Human Torch.
Yeah.
At all.
Well, people got mad when Michael B. Jordan was cast in Fantastic Four. I remember those days.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Look, the only thing I rolled my eyes at about him being cast as Human Torch is I was like, look, if y'all were gonna do that, y'all may as well have gone just doubled down and made Sue black too, because I was like, y'all were somersaulting, trying not to dive headfirst into that one. But yeah, a lot of everyone's favorite characters are. It's less so in Marvel, but I mean, in comics as a whole, yeah, there's so many characters that aren't the original of. It's just they're the one
Yeah,
they're the one.
The one you prefer.
And honestly, I think Marvel's been, and this is something I can't stand. I hate how people are playing like they don't know the plan. Like it's like Marvel's been, I won't say obvious, but like if you've been watching, they've very much been setting up like a Champions Young Avengers thing. Like there have been so many younger characters that are getting introduced.
Yeah.
It's like you got okay, you already got Kate Bishop, you already got America Chavez, you've got Ms. Marvel, you've got Wiccan. They've introduced Patriot, even though they didn't, they didn't have a lot of fanfare for him, but you had Patriot, in Falcon and Winter Soldier.
Yeah.
And I mean, it makes sense for all these characters to be here. Like Chris Evans and RDJ, they can't be here forever.
Right.
You gotta move on.
Like Tony Stark wasn't even that huge of a deal in the comics before the movie.
Oh yeah,
Like,
he
that's
was
the crazy thing.
Comic book character.
No one knew who. Everyone knew who Iron Man was, but no one knew who Tony Stark was.
He was a C-list character.
Easily.
Yeah, that's the proper term.
I'm being kind. He's a D-list character if we keep it in a book. I'm being kind.
But I remember nobody was checking for Tony Stark, and Iron Man comics weren't really hitting like that. And then, you created magic out of that character. Same thing goes for Guardians of the Galaxy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nobody really knew Guardians like that. And those films were just beautiful. So, it comes in waves. Definitely comes in waves.
Even the Avengers, I mean, they're the top tier super team, quote unquote, but even they're not really that big of a deal in comparison to like the X-Men. The X-Men are objectively the more popular team that people know. Yeah, Avengers, they cool.
But they change so frequently. It's like, how can you say you're such a huge fan of the Avengers? Like, which team?
Which team?
Yeah.
Which league?
Yeah. And I ain't gonna lie, look, the Avengers, they died. They ain't nothing to write home about. I just wish people would be more honest and just accept that comics change all the time.
That's right.
You're gonna have to change these characters out because they did this. Because look, at the end of the day, it's about a black.
Are we getting a white Black Panther now?
Right?
Jesus Christ.
We can Ryan Gosling.
When I reviewed that comic and I read it 2 days before it released. So I read it and I had to keep it to myself for 2 effing days. And I was like, I just need someone to know. I don't know what to do with this information. It's like, why did they do that to me on the very last page of this book? And it was a great book. It was a great book. Marvel Knights is great. But like, they threw that at me. I was like, why would you do this with his son, Toyota Tacoma, whatever his name is? My God.
Was it Katoma?
Yeah,
something like that.
Something like that.
Look,
I don't know.
Like I told people, it's okay that Black Panther's white. So long as he's the bad guy. If he's the bad guy, I'm cool with it. Yeah, you can have your white Black Panther. Look, I would put it in the MCU. I'd go see it, but he got to be the bad guy. He has to be the bad guy. I'm not watching a a white Black Panther be the hero. No. He better be plotting to poison Wakanda's water supply, or to take all the vibranium for himself, smoke all the heart-shaped herb.
I hope so, because they set him up.
Ever...
They set him up in a way that he started to look like, oh, he's just, a determined kid who had a really tough father. And then they showed his face. So I was like, wait a minute. He's not that. He didn't come from that tough a life. He's pretty, he looks pretty privileged to me.
No, I had the Riri, the Dean moment. You know that shit ain't true. You know that shit ain't true. Boy, you the prince. Stop.
It's a bunch of trash. You know it. Yeah, but that would never happen. I mean, First of all, I cannot see Ryan Coogler being attached to the project if they went down that path of making Black Panther white. I can't even. Well, Nate Moore is not going to be part of Black Marvel anyway. But yeah, I can't see like some of the Black creatives that have been a part of the Black Panther universe to even want to be involved with that project after that. It's like,
no.
It's not something that's going to happen. Marvel Knights, it was made to be edgier, be the thing that isn't mainstream in Marvel Comics. It's supposed to be like triggering. It's supposed to be something controversial.
And it's Christopher Priest, so.
Yeah, he precisely what he's doing. But he did make it very known, like, this is its own thing. There's no continuity. Please don't.
Right.
And then the internet was like, Ryan Gosling has been cast. Like, oh my, I want to take off the internet.
Where did that even come from? How did that even become?
Because of the meme.
It was the memes. It was the memes.
Okay.
It was. Look, I'm always here for the memes, but sometimes the memes be messing up the party. They be messing up the vibes, and people don't read, and they don't have And I think we've all three of us have seen this on threads more recently. People don't really fully pay attention to what you said before they respond.
Yes.
Yes. One of my most popular videos is a video I made about Hunt for Wolverine, and y'all will see where I'm going with this here in just a sec. That video got over 1 million views, but it wasn't because people really enjoyed that I was talking about a comic book. It was because people saw that I was talking about a comic, but for whatever reason, thought that I was talking about Hugh Jackman joining the MCU, and this was right around the time that Logan was coming out.
Okay.
It was like, people completely skipped over the part of the video where I said, hey, this video I'm talking about Hunt for Wolverine #1. All they heard was Wolverine is back. That's all they heard.
Wow.
Didn't have shit to do with a movie. Wasn't setting up a Disney Plus. Hell, fuck, Disney Plus didn't even exist. The MCU, I don't even think it was Infinity War. I think Infinity War might have barely been out. So yeah, it was. People. Look, I'm just saying. Look, some folks are just stupid. So there you go. You just have to. I accept it.
Well, I think there's people who don't read what you say, but they also don't want you to ruin their joke. They don't want you to take away from the funny thing they said. So if they're getting a lot of laugh reacts, comments, and you say, actually, this is what that means, you're incorrect. They're like, oh, well, you're a bitch anyway. So what?
Yeah. No. I got that the other day because someone shared a Black Panther page. Oddly enough, from Christopher Priest's run. I think it was the page where Killmonger walks up to Avengers Mansion in his own Black Panther fit, saying, hey, I'm here to join the team. And someone changed the text to make him say something else. And I even told him, I was like, this joke would be funny, him calling She-Hulk Princess Fiona would be really hilarious if Shrek had actually even been a thing at the time this book was written. I was like, it just so happens Shrek was still a year or so from coming out. I was like, this is not real. I said, first off, Christopher Priest, I love him to death. he ain't that fucking funny, okay? He's not that funny. I love him to death. I love the man to death. He ain't funny at all. At least not when he is writing something.
Right.
No, he's not.
Right.
That man is serious as a heart attack. He's funny to talk to. Writing, that man
Well,
is...
I don't know. He showed a funny bone with White Black Panther. Something's there.
He's a troll is what he is. He's a troll is what he does.
Trying to sell these comic books. Like, trying to get these Marvel sales up this month.
It would have
But
sold
you-
anyways. It's Marvel Knights. It's
Yeah.
been so long.
Well,
But
I mean,
he's
it
just like,
worked.
you know what? He's like, I'm in a mood today. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna mess with these people. And
That's
what he did.
does. No, that is what he does. And the sooner everyone figures that shit out, the less people will be surprised. He is a troll. I love him to death. Man's a troll. He's a troll. That man, every comic he has written that I have ever read, he is fucking with somebody. And he is hoping that you get mad. Because mad people buy books.
Yeah, mad people give it attention and give it more attention on the internet.
That's true.
Well, but this just to kind of say this with Ironheart and something that I think that no one's really talking about that I appreciate.
It's her abs. I know.
It's yeah, I'm not gonna hold you. Look, Dominique, I don't know, Dominique, what the regimen is, but I'm gonna need you to share it with the world, because like, is it the boiled chicken breast and broccoli? Is that what it is? Because I know that's like the meal that everyone has to eat when they want to get like Captain America swole. But no, it's the PTSD.
Yeah.
It's the PTSD. Also that an AI can get it. Like, I'm not gonna lie, man, Chat GPT got PTSD. Shit, that's something. That's but
And AI right there.
but it felt real.
It did.
That shit felt real. Like, it's like when she also, I'm not gonna hold it, I don't know if they meant it to be this way, but it actually played more funny than sad at the time, is when like she was so froze, but it looked like it was like someone stopped the VHS tape.
Oh yeah.
It was just like so she was just like, I was like, oh, I should be upset right now, but like I'm kind of giggling about this.
She needed a reboot.
At this part here, if you look behind Riri, there's a poster of Faust, which is a
Oh,
play
shit.
about someone who sells his soul to Mephisto.
Yeah. And you know what? There's something to be said for the branding. Normally I would laugh at people who look too hard into the marketing of this of any Marvel show, but they did do something that I know for damn sure was not by accident. They knew what they were doing when they put that little red M on the episode. On the notes,
The
for
episode
titles.
list.
Yeah, they
Yeah.
knew what they were doing.
Yeah.
Because normally I'd be like, look, man, y'all reaching. Because a lot of times that's usually the case. But that one, I was like, okay, K-Fi. Okay. All right, K. All right.
I was like, we're being gaslit again. We're not gonna see him because we've been burned before. We went all through Agatha.
With
We went all
Agatha,
through
yeah.
WandaVision.
Or Doctor Strange or WandaVision.
Wait.
Doctor Strange.
Yeah.
Because we
Every
wanted
single what you
this
should-
stuff for so long.
Loki.
Loki.
Was it season 1? No, season 2. Season 2 of Loki. They were like, no, he's going to show up. He's going to show up.
Yeah.
Did they say that about season 2?
They said about
Weirdos.
season... I heard it for season 1
WandaVision, I know
and 2.
people were, they thought WandaVision, and then Agatha, people were
WandaVision
like,
for sure.
Yeah.
When Jen dropped the
Yeah.
N-word, we thought,
Yeah.
of course.
I remember when she said that, I reviewed it the next day and I was like, that is the most Mephisto we're going to get. Marvel knows what they're doing. They have us by the balls and they know it. With WandaVision, I was like, I cannot believe they gave us the twins,
Yep.
but did not give us Mephisto. They completely were just like, you know what, screw that whole story. We're just gonna make something else happen. It's like I like it, but like rude.
I'll tell you what shocked me is Agatha. And it was only because, you know, sometimes comic book accuracy just, you know, sometimes you get it, sometimes you don't. Sometimes I've come to expect that, you know, these characters are not going to be the exact same as the characters I'm used to reading. But when they actually were like, no, you ain't really real. Like, you know, you got plucked. You got plucked from something else. You taking over somebody else's body. You know, this whole soul thing, this whole soul business with Wiccan. I was like, oh wow, like y'all are actually kind of slick trying. In this economy, what's up?
So in the comics, does Ironheart and Mephisto ever connect? Do they have a relationship? Or are they antagonists?
Not really. Actually, so
no, it's more the Hood.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's more coming from the Hood because the Hood got his boots and the Hood from Dormammu.
Yes.
So he does get it from a demon entity.
Yes.
But I mean, they're not bringing Dormammu into the show. There's no way.
Yeah, no.
And Sacha Baron Cohen is confirmed for this.
Yeah.
So it's like, if he's not Mephisto, there's not many things I want to see him as.
No.
Mephisto's one of them, but like I'll accept Mephisto.
I'll be honest. If he ain't Mephisto, I just don't want to see it at all. I'm like, man, look.
Exactly.
See your way out, sir. And even the magic aspect of it. You know, short of messing with the 10 rings in the Jerry Duggan Invincible Iron Man run in the Christopher Cantwell adjectiveless Iron Man run, Riri doesn't even really mess with magic, which I thought was actually kind of a nice little, you know, taste. Like, she's had brushes with it, but she's never like just been like all like 10 toes down in magic. The scene they kept showing from the trailer where you can see like her boots in like the magic circle, it's kind of funny.
Yeah.
They took that from, I think it was Iron Man 2020. Or no, the lies. It was the Generations. It was the Generations. Yeah. It was the Generations little arc they did.
Iron Man and
Ironheart.
Iron Man and Ironheart.
It was like, and it wasn't even her doing it, was the crazy part.
Yeah, it was actually Iron Man was Sorcerer Supreme. Yeah. So it wasn't even her. So everyone kept saying, "Oh, they're giving Riri powers." It's like, please slow down. Please don't do this to yourself. You're getting too hyped.
Don't.
Yeah, just don't get excited. That's not what's going to happen here. I promise.
Well, if anything, I'm just happy that, you know, they're trying to come up with something, because like that was my thing. I was like, dude, how the hell is Riri gonna fight the Hood? Because that dude is a problem. She ain't got the firepower for Parker Robbins out here. But man, some heartbreaking stuff was that scene that we were just in with her mother,
with the mom.
Yeah, where she's like, "Hey, can you make one of Gary?"
Oh, yeah, that broke my heart.
That killed me.
That was It was too much. It was too much. Like it was good, but I was like, man, look, I've made it through this whole episode without like being overly emotional. Why y'all do this to me?
Yeah,
I don't appreciate it. I actually needed this Joe stepping in dog shit. Cause
throwing the live, laugh, love away.
Look, this man's going through some stuff, and I appreciate that, because, I mean, look, I was talking about this, you know, when we were doing like the live threading of it. Like, you know, this guy ain't who he says he is. You know off top, this dude is lying. He is lying. He is. His name is as fake. His name is as fake as the moon landing, or as fake as people want to believe the moon landing is. You know, it is. This guy. He knows. He is. Riri knows. She knows. Natalie knows. We all know. At some point, yeah, he has to live up to it. But all that said, I just want to see. I just really want to get to a point where we can. I hope they showed a little bit of him in the trailer. All the little teases with the little tech he was developing. The skin, the kind of like the synthetic skin stuff and the lasers and all that. When I saw that, that was also the second clue. I was like, okay, yeah, this dude is. He is not genuine.
My first and only clue was when Riri said, "That sounds like a fake name," and I was like, "You're right. You're right. It is. You don't need to do anything else to tell me anything. I get it now."
Well, it was
I have to say, the
yeah.
people on Threads, a lot of people on Threads clocked it early too.
Oh yes.
Yeah, they figured out who he was prior to the deal. So.
Well, Marvel has had a bad history of hiring medium to big name actors to play roles that don't matter. Like what was it? They got my boy Chidi for Quantumania, and everybody thought that brother was gonna be Blue Marvel. I was like, man, look.
I thought he was gonna be Blue Marvel.
I wanted him to be. I was like, I was like, look, man, be Night Thrasher, somebody, goddammit. But then you get to the movie, you're like, oh, he ain't nobody. Okay, bet. Same thing goes with old girl from Love Lies Bleeding. I was like, man, why y'all hiring these folks? Y'all know we gonna be thinking they gonna be somebody. Nope. And I was kind of
be in a Marvel movie.
Hey, look. If Marvel called me today and said, "Hey, Ernie, we want you to be in the Marvel movie." Oh man, who do I get to play? Well, see, here's the thing. You're gonna play this random character who showed up in like a comic.
Yeah.
That's it. You ain't playing nobody important or special. How much you pay?
Yeah.
That's all I'm going to be worried about.
If they said, "Megan, you're going to be cashier number 4," I'm like, you damn right I'm a Marvel star, first of all.
Well, that's golden to have that on your resume. That's a good look.
Oh,
you're going everywhere.
Love it, the managers, their talent, they love that stuff because that'll be for the next gig.
Was it Ashley Johnson that was in Avengers 1 and like just for no reason, just I was like, man, the camera is on her hard in this first Avengers movie. I was like, she's just the waitress. I was like, she's just playing the waitress, but they wanted you to remember. I was like, nah, that's how I want to be. I want that role.
Just like Jenna Ortega. She was a president's daughter.
Yeah.
She said she had a whole thing. Like she spoke and everything. They just took it out, made it a quick look at her. And to this day, that poor girl is a Marvel actress. And there's no going back.
Look, and she has been making us pay for it ever since. She's like, oh, I'm in everything now.
Yeah. Oh my God, yeah.
Y'all
that girl is working.
I ain't mad at her though. Get the bag. Like I'm sick of. Yeah, just because I'm sick of seeing you, don't mean you got to go away. Like, look, because I say the same thing about Pedro. I'm like, man, goddamn.
I knew Pedro was about to come up. Yeah. I felt it in as the little kid from my Dollar General said the other day. I felt it in my nuggets. I knew it.
Bring on more Pedro. Bring it.
I mean, I love the guy. Because the thing is, even when I see him and stuff, I'm like, he's gonna be good. The man's money. Jenna Ortega, too. Money. Though I am going to say, I think the expiration date on how long she's going to be able to play teenagers is kind of starting to...
Yeah, it's probably here now.
Like, I checked the jug. That's just... It's going out next week. So you got to drink up. But, I'm here for it. Like, even actors that I don't like, I'm like, oh man, this motherfucker's everything. I'm still happy for them because I'm like, dude, you're getting your money. I wish. I wish that I was in so much stuff people were tired of seeing.
Well, like with Pedro, I'm not mad he's in different movies
Nah.
because he plays different characters. It's not like The Rock, who's in everything and
Yes.
plays the same person. Like, you're just
There you go. 100.
ridiculous. Yeah.
Dwayne Johnson as Dwayne Johnson.
And he wears the same shirt. You seen that meme where he wears the same brown shirt in like 5 different movies?
Look, when I saw Red One, silly movie, but I mean, I had fun with it. I'll admit it's still silly. It's a silly movie, but
Yeah,
I was like, he's just playing his character from Fast and Furious that he's been playing in every other movie. It's just that he's nicer.
I am very curious to see the Smashing Machine because I feel like this may be his one role where he's someone completely different.
Yes.
And it looks like that's going to be some Oscar bait anyway. So yeah,
He needs a win. He needs a win.
you need something a little different, bruh. So hopefully the Smashing Machine will be your role that's going to take you out of that, tight casting action hero lane that you've been in for the last decade.
Look,
2 decades probably.
what I love here, and this right here, this is something that, once again, Anthony out here
Yeah.
acting his ass off. I love how this dude sold me that he's a problem, but he's a nice problem. Like he's a problem that's nuanced. Because I'm not gonna lie, he was giving me I can change him vibes the whole time that I've been watching this man on the show. I'm like, man, if I could just get close to him, I could fix him. Man. He just need a homie, man. He just needs somebody to play Fortnite with or something. I don't know. He just needs somebody that can kick it with him. Save his whole life, man. Turn him around. Give him some structure. He's just too cool for school, though. He's like, nah, man.
I could change John. I could change.
Yeah.
I don't want to change John. When he went and he pushed that girl to the table, I was like, oh, to be her.
Yeah.
I was like, oh,
that was bad. That was bad.
Look.
I was like,
You're right.
yeah.
He got his though. So
Oh yeah. Well, I was like, first off, man. I was like, look, man. Clown be playing too much, man. You just ease up a little bit, man. Just ease up. I appreciate how it all felt like, a group of people that, they're tight. They're like, nah, man, we will jack you up. But I did appreciate everybody got silent. They were like, ooh, shit.
But that was a very interesting observation that I picked up on because he has a very short temper.
Yes.
And compared to Parker, who you would think that he would have the more, angry, shorter temper than John, given that he's got this demonic hood element that's kind of sort of taking over his personality and his feelings and emotions. So it was interesting that John was the one that sort of had the furious freak out moment.
See, I think that showed how scared John was because he doesn't understand it. And we see Parker continuously saying to John, it's fine, I could take it, it's fine, I'll get more tattoos, more of that. And he's like, I don't want to do this anymore. You could see that there is a weird dynamic where John is done. He does not want to do it anymore. He is scared of it. But I also think that like you said, it showed that Parker is cool, but he's a silent problem because everyone got scared. And then at the end, Parker says, it's okay, they know not to do it now. And it's like, bro, you just walked in and we're scared of you.
It's like, look, man, I'm gonna need you to I'm gonna need you to talk to John.
But I did like when Clown said, well, I'm mad because he never apologized. And everyone was like, well, John, are you going to apologize? And it's like, see, that's the friendship there. They have the connections. They have John, who's the abusive parent. And then they have Parker, who's the one that says the nice things parent, but still you're scared of.
Right.
Yeah, and they're just all the siblings together.
I'm just like, bruh. I'm like, you come get your boy, cause yeah, John acting. He out here, okay? This man got bodies, okay? He done been inside.
Yeah.
He done been inside. He done at least a bid. At least. Oh. I'm sorry. So, the things you don't pay attention to the first time around, this whole, like, Joe McGillicuddy thing, him sitting out, him talking to Riri outside, I never paid attention to the fact that there was a black woman just walked by him and was just like, what the fuck you doing here? Like, what's this white man doing outside in my hallway? I don't. Is he the landlord?
Real authentic moments.
She clocks him so hard, and she's like, "Why are you here?" And he's like, "So the synthetic skin." And I'm like, "Dude, she has every right to be weirded out by you."
Yes.
What are you doing?
It's like, wait, what you mean it's synthetic skin, baby? What are you doing? Like, I'm not gonna lie, I'm shocked she didn't call the police. Just be like, I don't know how 5-0 is in that area, but.
Yeah, but they might have turned around and been questioning her and been like, okay, ma'am, what are you doing to hurt this guy, huh?
Wait a minute.
Sir, are you okay? Are you fine, sir?
Wait, we got a call. Said there was a white man in danger. It's like, no. I said there was a dangerous white man. Also, look, the suit getting puppeted around is also amazing, just in and of itself. Like, I need to see that suit more and doing more like silly things. I need to see all of it. I needed the clapping scene to be in the suit. I needed that.
Oh my god, yeah.
Oh yeah, I like the dancing in the suit though. When
yes.
That was a moment.
And she's just so smooth with it.
That.
Well, once again, it's a credit to everybody involved with this, because I could easily see if you like. Okay, first off, shout out to the fact this is a show that has 2 black women, like, with their hands on this project, directing it, guiding it. And honestly, I don't think this show would be as good as it was if it did not have that, because it brought that extra authenticity to it that it's like, no, this is real. These 2 care, Natalie and Riri, this is how 2 black women who have known each other for that long, like since they were kids, this is how this works. And it's beautiful. It's a thing of beauty. And I think more people need to like shine a spotlight on that. Like, look, this shit. She's doing her little...
And that's the beauty, to speak to that. Like, that's the beauty of this show for me. Like, the fact that the creatives behind the scene are mostly black women. You've got Sam Bailey directing the first 3 episodes. You've got Angela Barnes, 4 through 6. Angela Barnes also is going to be directing episodes of Daredevil Born Again Season 2. And then you've got Shanaka Hodge, who's the showrunner. You've got Zen Coogler, Ryan Coogler's wife, who's a producer on this show. Dara Taylor, who did the music, black woman. I mean, and there's editors as well, who did the editing for this show. They're black women. So we're all over this project, and it's just a beautiful thing to see. And I feel like it's the first thing that we've seen come out of the Marvel Cinematic Universe that's been helmed and led by black women.
Also, I didn't clock this before. This just messed my whole head up. I didn't know this brother was in this. Oh my god, it's gonna kill me that I don't remember my man's name. But Paul Calderon. I just clocked a billboard with his face on it. There's a billboard when they're doing like the whole like establishing shot. There's a billboard with him on it And I was like, because I kind of like skipped back. Because I was like, is that my boy? Look, like I said, everybody is somebody who I've seen before. I was like, is that Detective Santiago? I know I don't see Detective Santiago from Bosch.
I didn't notice that in the episode. Wow, okay. Well,
I don't know if that's like teeing him up for later, because I don't remember seeing him on the cast list. But actually, no. Now I think about, you know what? Okay, let's not live in ignorance. I'm literally at my computer. Why am I acting like I can't just? Man, is Paul Calderon gonna be? I could just click on his name. Yes, apparently he is. He's in. Let's see what episodes. Oh, wow. So apparently, okay, that was, I guess he's just a background guy, but, for whatever reason, but they only got him listed for 2 episodes, but.
This goes back to you saying that Marvel hires actors for these random roles.
It's like, wait a minute. Y'all look, and that's such nasty work. Like, come on, man. Y'all knew y'all could have gave Detective Santiago a little something. Y'all could have let him, maybe come on, I don't know, maybe he might be in the next 2 or 3 episodes. I don't know. But, yeah. See, this is the type of stuff I'm talking about, man. This is, Marvel, y'all ain't shit. Y'all ain't shit. And, I don't know. I'll say it. Y'all ain't shit. I just, let me ask y'all this. Like, do you think, with everything they're doing right now, setting all this, this extra stuff up with the younger heroes, do you think it's gonna get lost in the shuffle because people are too busy worried about X-Men? Because I feel like that's the only thing, like, it's X-Men and Blade. That's all people are focused on right now. That people are forgetting that there was, like, the young heroes coming in.
I could see it getting lost in the shuffle, but I could also see them interweaving them very nicely if you put a few of those mutants in the Champions. Because it's not going to be Young Avengers. It's going to be Champions.
Yeah, it's... Because... Young Avengers is a funny name because really none of them are all that. I mean, they're young, but they're not like kids.
They're average of age Avengers. Don't tell me Natasha Romanoff wasn't their age.
Right.
AARP Avengers. Get out of here.
Yeah,
I wonder if they are going to tee it up. Like, don't they need to hurry up and get on this soon before these age out of their youngness?
Yeah, cool. Because look, they already lost Kate Bishop because now I have seen that woman talking about coozes and getting her back blown out by by Stack, and she'd have been sexy vampire woman.
I was proud of her for that.
She can't go back to being a baby.
No, she can't.
I was happy for her, but I was like, man, y'all gonna have a hard time selling this Kate Bishop as a... I think even the actress who plays America Chavez is I won't say significantly older, but I mean I would say probably more visibly older.
Well, I see her at the premieres. She's stayed pretty young looking really, really well. But like, don't ever ask me to say her name. That's my kryptonite is names, and I
knew it once.
One time I said it, and like that was years ago. Jamie, I bet you know it.
Dr. Gomez?
I know Gomez. I knew that last name.
I think it has a Z pronunciation.
Yeah.
Even though, like the actor that plays Blue Beetle.
Yeah.
Sholo.
Yeah.
I'll fuck up a name in a heartbeat. So
me too. Me too.
And here's the thing. I am the Kiki Palmer meme. I'm like, sorry to this man's name. That's me every time. I don't.
Sorry, man.
That's all y'all get. That's the only apology I give. Lord. Okay, I'm gonna say that this is the only unrealistic part of this. We all know they'd have dragged that poor girl out and slammed her on the hood of the police car. That's the only thing. That's the only unrealistic in a world where a young black woman can fly in an Iron Man-esque suit and fight a dude with a hoodie that can let him just do it, like just turn invisible. That was the least realistic. I was like, nah, they'd been like, no, she got to come outside. We got a warrant. She fit the description. Oh, why is she just walking through old girl like? Why is she pacing through old girl?
So does anyone think Slug is going to end up being Shade from the comics? For those who don't know, that's a cross-dressing character that has a lot of ties to mutants and Madripoor.
I want it, but I know Marvel does not like to give me what I want sometimes. True. Because Shade, matter of fact, if I want to say, if I remember correctly, I think Shade showed up in something very recently. In the last year or so, I think. And I know Shade's stock has been kind of on the come up. I would like to see it. But that's one of those I'd be like, man, look, y'all got to be careful with this. Y'all just can't just do it. You need to put some respect on it. Like, don't bullshit. Get
Which
some
is why I think
drag queens involved.
Is that gonna just be more fodder for the incels to just hate?
I mean, at this point, they're not gonna see the show, so they're not gonna know.
Well, they're already mad.
Yeah, they're already pissed. Why not just at the end?
But they need content. Yeah. So they're going to find out about it.
If it's not that, it'll be something else. If it's not that, it'll be something else. So you might as well,
yeah.
Might as well get more acknowledgement to Shade as a character.
As YouTube allows these videos to be monetizable, these guys will find a way to create content around it. Podcasts the whole time.
The light bill is due.
Identity. Yeah.
The light bill is due.
The first of the month is literally next week.
They got to pay. They got to get paid. I don't know. I saw a dude the other day crying and complaining that Slug was a thing on the show. Like, putting these abominations in in the MCU on Disney Plus, blah blah blah. I was like, dude, just say you got a little tingly downstairs and be honest with yourself, because that was like, that type of behavior is weird.
How can you have a conservative mindset and be a comic book fan?
You can't. It's impossible.
It's impossible. I mean, I've read comics as a kid. They've never been conservative. They've always been very liberal when it comes to gender expression, sexuality, all of that. Since I've been a kid, it's always been that way. So I'm just like, where do these people come from with this mindset about, I don't want to see that type of comics?
Dude, I just reviewed the DC and Marvel Pride exclusives they have every year. They were fantastic. And do you know how many comments I got? I have a pretty big X-Men group on Facebook. And how many people commented on saying, is nothing sacred anymore? I'm like, you're in an X-Men group. You're homophobic, but you're in an X-Men group? You can't be a bigot and be an X-Men fan.
Can I keep it a buck?
Please.
I know so many people who will hold up X2 as one of the greatest X-Men movies ever made. Yeah, because it wasn't woke.
Shut up.
Can I please point out that the scene where Bobby is talking to his parents, that is literally I won't say every, but that is most gay, kids coming out story.
It was very coming out coded.
It was
100%.
It was like the whole like,
can't you try not to be a mutant?
Have you ever tried?
Yeah.
Can't you turn it off? I was like, bruh, look, just
I mean, they're just telling on themselves. Like the homophobic fans of Deadpool. Really? How?
Dude,
Why?
That's a
How?
choice.
And
That's a
you have to
choice.
try.
I blame the movies though for that.
Yeah, no, that's
because they've hetero washed him in the
yes.
films.
It's no, I will say I appreciate that, like, in some instances, I'll maybe more so in Deadpool and Wolverine, there's like they kind of dance around like by having him, like, I guess kind of do like affectations every now and again that are like, I guess you could say, are vaguely similar to what a stereotypical tropey Hollywood version of a gay man would be when he's talking about other men. But it's like they have literally made it to where people, incels, see him as a character and only see him. And the thing is, I appreciate it because, I remember taking my kid to the comic shop recently, this is last month. And, they've kind of been, discovering, their identity. And when I was trying to help them find, comics, I noticed that they just kind of naturally gravitated to all the comics that typically had characters who were either gay or gay coded, or in the case of the DC Pride book, they wanted the DC Pride stuff, the Marvel Pride, and the like Marvel Voices stuff. So I was like, dude, I was like, thing is, you tell on yourself. You tell on yourself when you hate against stuff like that. Yeah, I know who you are at that point.
Yeah.
And I guess while in this particular quadrant of this episode, the Obadiah Stane of it all.
Stain of it all.
Yeah. I appreciate that they actually, because they could have gone a couple of different directions with it. I was actually glad that they went this way. Yeah, making him Ezekiel Stane, and who was I won't say a deep cut character, but even Iron Man fans aren't checking for him like that. Not on that level. No. But I appreciate they actually brought him back. Or not brought him back, but brought that name back into the conversation. Yeah. And it also, because, I mean, especially for him, because he's really, Obadiah Stane was basically like just a bigger Iron Man. This dude is not. Yeah. So I really appreciated it. And I love how they're also still trying to hide that he's gonna have a turn. I thought that was cute.
Yeah.
Considering that they literally put it in the trailer for the next 3 episodes, but they tried to only use the scenes where you couldn't really see his face.
Yeah. It's like it's pretty clear what's happening, but if you've read the comics, you're like, uh-oh. He's a problem.
Yeah.
Good luck next week.
Also, you know what? This is something I'm curious about. I don't know if y'all have any thoughts on this, but like, she's gonna have to do some magic to deal with the Hood, and she's effectively got 2 villains to deal with in the next 3 episodes. Like, I trust that this is gonna be handled well, just because the show's been really damn good up to this point. But like, normally Marvel doesn't like do multiple villains in the same show. Like, you think this is something that if they actually pull it off, maybe we might get to see some more of this?
Well, they did just do that in Daredevil Born Again. There was 2 villains.
That's what I was about to say.
Yeah.
Yeah. But
yeah, she's actually have Kingpin and
yeah, but it's
actually
different
Kingpin,
because
Bullseye, and Vanessa.
Yeah.
Yes.
But in this one, it's different because these 2 villains aren't affiliated with each other.
Right.
But it's like, I think we could get more of it, but I'm very, very worried that they're going to do their usual Marvel formula and just take out the villains, and they only last one time. It's like, please leave the Hood. I'm begging you, please. Do that for me.
Yeah.
Take out Zeke. I don't care. You can kill him off.
Yeah. No. Joe got to go. If that is your real name.
Yeah, I'm going to be quiet on this one because I've seen all of the episodes, so I know how it plays
Fair.
out. But I do like the fact that Marvel is, being very ambitious with this show and bringing in, these multiple villains and they've done that with the other shows as well. You mentioned Daredevil Born Again. I feel like didn't they do that with Agatha as well?
I guess, you know what, when I think about it, because technically, because really Agatha is the bad guy too, sort of.
Right,
But you also have the Salem 7.
And you had the Salem 7, which, you had that, and then you have, Death, God bless anyone who hasn't watched Agatha
And then
yet.
you kind of found out that Wiccan was
sorry.
also... If you don't know by now,
you weren't going to watch it. You stop. Don't lie to yourself. You were not going to watch it if you have now. Like, come on now.
But then, like, you also found out, like, Wiccan could also be seen as a villain at the end.
Yeah.
It's like, okay, this is a whole bunch of villains and Mrs. Hart.
Yeah. Which, that is wild. Yeah. Man. You know what? Justice for Mrs. Hart, man. Damn.
I was like, she's Mephisto.
You know, it would be a very Marvel move to, like, use her as a red herring. Like, because, like, oh, no, we won't. People either won't look at her too hard or they'll look at her way too hard.
Yeah.
And but somewhere in the middle, you can kind of split the difference. But, like, yeah, I honestly, I'm all for Marvel. Because, I mean, let's be real. Comics usually have multiple things going on at once. Heroes dealing with multiple villains, multiple, like, different levels of threats. I honestly, I want them to double down on this more. Like, show the world is more connected. Have a have other characters pop in. Maybe even have characters from other like I know Moon Knight's kind of in limbo right now because Oscar Isaac is just everywhere. He's getting his bag. I ain't mad. I mean, get your paper.
I'm a little mad. It's like, come on back. Come back to me, please.
like you owe
me. You owe me for Apocalypse. Get your ass back here and pay it.
Wait, Apocalypse? I thought that was Ivan Ooze. Damn. Oh, man. It's
Isaac.
crazy.
Yeah. I have a tally going and I need to be paid.
Well, it would be nice if, maybe take some of these characters and have them, like, pop up in somebody else's stuff. Like,
very comic book like.
Because I'm not gonna lie, that's the one complaint I had about Daredevil Born Again, was that I was like, man, all this shit's popping off in New York, and this man can't get no assistance. That is wild.
Where is Spider-Man?
I was like,
on vacation or something? Like, bro.
99.999% of all superheroes in the Marvel universe are based out of New York, and you mean to tell me the only ones y'all could get was the Punisher and Daredevil? That is nasty work. I was like, no, there is no
Maybe
way.
they're just keeping it confined to the Hell's Kitchen section of New York.
I mean, and even that's like, and I guess because it's the worst kept secret in the world, because we've seen all the set photos and stuff, so we know that, like, it's already been revealed. Kristen Ritter's back.
Yeah, that was revealed
Kristen
like on stage with Charlie Cox, which is crazy.
The week before, I think, was it the week of or the week before the finale? It was like, oh, okay, I guess she's just gonna be hanging out. Which, I mean, to be fair, she was not really good at hiding any of her involvement, because everybody was asking her questions. And
when they were filming, she was like, I'm in New York, I'm hanging in New York. You're like, Kristen, you didn't sign the same papers everyone else did.
See, look, she went to the Tom Holland School for keeping secrets.
These Marvel actors do not know how to keep a secret, man.
Marvel doesn't know how to keep the secret. They ask the new Avengers if they do. Gonna go spoil your own movie. My gosh.
Dude, I remember there was some folks that got really mad at me because I was like, look, man, they're like, man, I can't believe you're out here posting spoilers. I was like, Marvel already did. I was like, how you expect me to keep a secret? And Marvel over here like, yeah, man, they out here changing billboards. They out here posting on socials. I was like, and y'all expect me to be quiet?
Why are they giving their location? Also on Instagram, which I don't know how I feel about this, but Finn Jones, he posted his location that he's in New York.
Yep.
Yeah.
There's speculation that he may be filming as well.
Yeah. Because he was hanging out with his co-star.
Just bring back Mike Coulter too. Can we get Luke Cage then? Just
look, man, he ain't doing nothing. He might be doing something. I don't know, but he. Look, I'm as mad as the next person. His show got canceled. They did that show dirty as hell. But look, he ain't doing nothing right now. Y'all get him. Y'all can get him. Just call him. I know he
doesn't he have a show right now?
I think he has another one. Maybe
it was that scary show, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So like, basically, what happened was they put so they did a new season. So you had Evil. They did that, and they did the 4th season, and then I think it was a Paramount production. They were just kind of like, yeah, we ain't doing no more of these, and then just kind of quietly left it at that. And it's like, oh man, why y'all do my boy like this, man? Mike was out here, man. He was holding it down.
And he's only has so many years left of acting with his back problems too. It's like, stop taking from us.
Back problems. I mean, I just want a daughter's
brace on.
That's what I want. So if we can get Simone Missick and Jessica Henwick to come and get something going with that.
Look, man,
I'd much rather see that right now than to read the Defenders.
Look, Judge Carmichael ain't Judge Carmichael is not presiding anymore. Yeah, she could do something. She could do something, and I think Jessica Henwick, she's free right now too. Round them up.
Round them up.
Daughters of the Dragon.
Give me my Daughters of the Dragon series.
Hell, you could actually shoot that for the cheap. You could shoot that for the cheap. You could get away. You could get away with some shit on that one. You don't even need like some huge scary budget for that. And I would also love to point out that you have an opportunity with Finn Jones, if because I hope if you're gonna wheel this motherfucker back out, they do this. Please do not wait till the day of to show this man fight choreography. I've heard multiple different stories about how that went. I don't know which of them is true, but look, I'm gonna need Finn to show up for his fight choreography because them iron
fight scenes.
Them fight scenes was not it.
I do think he'll take this one much more seriously, especially when he's like, I know how people feel. I've heard it all. I'm like, well, I hope you learned a lesson from this. Because it's like, you can't not know. I liked him as Danny Rand. I think he did well, except he didn't try. I think him as Danny is great. He even has some of the same mannerisms that I would assume Danny Rand would have just by reading him. But it's like, man, just looking like the guy that's not enough. You're not there. You're not Tom Cruise. You can't just show up and do what you want.
It was more than just Finn Jones, though. The show overall, the writing was terrible.
And they also
casts were really bad.
Yeah, and they also like rushed it just to get into the Defenders, and it showed.
I want to point out the showrunner was Scott Buck. Scott Buck is responsible for some of the worst television that has ever been brought to light. This man, the worst seasons of Dexter, the absolute worst seasons of Dexter, this man has presided over. Man killed a franchise, almost. I mean, it came back eventually, but still. So that show had no hope.
Inhumans.
Yes. Yes, he did.
Yeah.
Yes, he did.
So when people bring up, Ironheart being one of the worst Marvel shows ever, it's like, check your history, guys. when Inhumans has been created, shows like Iron Fist, guys, just remember there are far worse shows out there. One of the most atrocious, offensive things about Inhumans was that terrible wig.
What pissed me off is that they had old girl in that wig and turned right around and shaved her head. I was like, bruh, what are we doing? Y'all knew the wig was bad. Y'all knew. Also, man, why y'all got Captain Pike out here? You got this man out here. This man is trying his hardest to elevate this. This man's trying to act. He is working on his facials. He's trying to sell. And y'all just failed him. Like, if I was on a TV show and they said Scott Buck was the showrunner, I would quit. I would take the hit. I would actually take. They'd be like, "Well, we're gonna have to sue you. We gotta sue you, or or you have to give the money back." I'd like, man, take all this shit. Just take it. I don't want it. I don't need.
See, I would keep the job and then make myself so wonderful to the audience that they felt bad for me that they'd start a hashtag Save Megan like they did Save Daredevil, and that's how it plays out in my head.
Free Megan. Free Megan. Please put her in something good.
She deserves it.
You know what? That actually is the better play, honestly. Like, but damn, it's. I can only imagine that that would have to be a painful shoot. It would have to be a painful shoot. That's. God, that would be like, you know how people talk about, oh man, you're an actor, man, I bet your job's so much fun. I feel like it would take me back to the days when I used to work for like GameStop and would sit out in my car for like an hour before work and just cry before I went in. That's what I feel would happen if I was on a Scott Buck production. I would just be like, I would be in my trailer just like ugly crying before I have to go into work. That's what
yeah.
They're like, man, why are your eyes puffy? Don't worry about it. I knew there was a cry scene today, so I had to get myself ready. We got makeup for that, pimp. Nah. I'm a method actor.
The method actor.
Method. Code for asshole. That's
100%.
No, I'm a method actor. No, you just asshole. Just say it. Just. Nothing wrong with method acting as long as you're nice to other people when you do it. If you're playing nice people, be method. If you're playing a dick and you're a method actor, yeah, I don't want to work with you. Because we're going to have to fight.
I hope you're listening, Jared Leto.
Yeah, fire Jared Leto. That's the new hashtag right there. There's still time. There's still time to get him out of Tron. We can get him up out of there, right? Can we?
I think if everyone can bully an entire studio to changing the look of a hedgehog, I think we can do this. I really do.
Oh, God.
And there's Masters of the Universe. He's going to be Skeletor. We've got that coming out.
And aren't they done filming?
They're done filming.
Yeah.
Dude, what are we doing?
Oh my
Why
God.
does he keep getting hired?
Look, I stand by the fact that I think that man has a Google Doc or something with dirt on everybody.
Yeah.
He's got pictures. He's got a book. He has the Epstein files. He has the Hollywood. He has the Hollywood equivalent of the Epstein files on some folks. That's why he keeps getting work. That because there's no way. There's no way 30 Seconds to Mars is hitting like that.
I said the exact same thing. I don't know if you guys watch the UFC at all, but I said the exact same thing about John Jones. I was like, he has something on the whole company, and that's why they haven't got rid of him.
Yep.
And Jared Leto gives me the same vibe.
Same, yes. I'm just like, man, look, somebody did something.
Yeah, like you're on camera doing something. I want to know. Like, I really want to know.
So this right here, this is the best, one of the best, like, hero villain encounters right here for me, just because this is how I feel. I feel like this is how you get around the no kill policy. You just be like, man, I'm up out of here, man. But hey, you do what you got to do, pimp. You do what you got to do, man.
She minded her business so hard.
Yep.
It was like some boondock shit. It was like, wouldn't let that shit happen to me though. I was like, damn,
Gotta go.
But like, I know it was Riri, but wouldn't it be more Natalie who did it, not her? Because Riri was catching her breath, and Natalie said, "I'm gonna get you out of here."
Yeah, yeah. Natalie.
And how do you explain that to anyone? It was my AI.
Look, Natalie's like, look, man, he ain't with us. Natalie's like, no, he slammed my girl clown head on the table, so he got to stay. He got to stay.
It's just like when that happened, it's like not like Gus started playing. It's like,
yeah,
I get it.
Why is the Ironheart suit crip walking its way out of the building? That's crazy. Damn, that's wild, man. Damn, she just Serena Williams her way up out of this, man. What is happening? I do appreciate though that Dominique really sells the discomfort of it, like the vibes. I do appreciate that.
What do you mean?
Like how she's like, you know, in the moment of like realizing what's happened, that there, in all likelihood, John's gone. Like he's done. He's out the game. He's been retired. I like that. I like that she really sold it. Also, how mad was everyone when they still didn't show no Mephisto right here? I was like, this is the moment.
I was like, we're gonna see a shadow or something, and then it showed a shadow of the suit, and I was like, what is your problem? What? Who hurt you?
I'm like, they're like, nah, we gonna make your ass wait. Your ass got to wait.
I'm gonna wait for these episodes.
Oh my god.
And then if we get to next week and it's still not Mephisto, I'm like, you know what? What does all this really mean? Well,
who
is it
was
worth
this
it?
for?
Because it wasn't for me.
It's the end game.
Like, because there's multiple moments where it's like, okay, this is where I was like, okay, bet. This is where Mephisto shows. Oh no, that's just John. That's just nope, that's just Ironheart. That's crazy. That's wild.
Well, because you see the suit the shadow get bigger and bigger. You're like, oh shit, this is gonna be a big one. Maybe it is Dormammu. No, it's a snitch. That's what it is.
Which, you know, it's a. I will say I do appreciate I appreciate the long con, but like sometimes I'm like, look, man, I know wrestling's predetermined. Y'all ain't got to sell me this hard. I was already in. I feel the same way about the MCU. I'm like, look, man, I know how this goes, man. Just look, I know what's coming. Just go ahead and get me in here. But that's it. Like, y'all, next week it's gonna be lit. I just, from the little bit we have seen, of the next 3 episodes, this is probably, I've seen a lot of people turn around on this show. They've turned around on it. Even some people I've seen that like weren't with it at first, they've been turning around. So
I love seeing that. I've gotten a lot of feedback from people that were like, I was a little apprehensive. I had limitations, and then they're like, oh wow, this show is really good. Wow, it's not as bad as what people are like. Exactly, guys. That's you got to check it out for yourself. Don't listen to speakers online. And that just goes without saying for anything,
Yes.
Yeah.
listening to the haters.
Like, I get it. We're cool people. We have great opinions.
It's true.
Still make your own.
Yes. It's
But
okay.
but just know we said it first.
Yes.
No
Don't go run to your friends and be like, no, I came up with this idea all on my own. Lying, because I've had people do that. I've had people do that to me. But no, I think that it's better if we all just kind of like yeah, listen to what I have to say. Listen to what y'all have to say, but still engage with it on your own and figure it out. Don't hate something because someone you follow hated it and y'all agree on everything and or whatever, because it's like, look, that's not always going to be the case. There's plenty of stuff that I love that everybody hates. And vice versa. So
It's true. These people here don't like Thor: The Dark World, and it's like, if you do,
It's not good.
if you do like it, you're
It's
either with me or against me.
Look, Thor: The Dark Thor is even as okay. This is the thing I'm always going to tell people is that even for how I feel about Thor: The Dark World,
Yeah.
even the worst MCU movie sometimes is still better than other not other MCU, but like other movies, like
Other movies in general. Yeah,
like because I don't like Iron Man 3, but I would pick Iron Man 3 over some movies that like other people might consider good or decent, but I'm like
Megalopolis recently. Iron Man 3 way better than Megalopolis.
Oh, good God, yes. It's and I think this is the thing we need to understand is that just because we don't jive 100% with an MCU movie, it doesn't make it the worst thing that has ever been made. It just like now I will say Thor: Love and Thunder, that is a rare man. That's a wild miss. And Secret Invasion. Child. Somebody I'm sorry. Somebody need to be fired. Somebody needs to be fired for that. But I don't think that every bad thing or whatever quote unquote bad thing has to be the worst. Like we need to get out of this whole like this is the best thing I've ever seen or this is the worst thing I've ever laid eyes on. Like that's the discourse. There's no middle ground. There's no room for nuance. There's no time to like be like, hey, I didn't like this one thing about this, but I did like these other aspects. People are too quick to go to one extreme or another, and
they want to label something. They want to label something very badly, like as horrible. It's amazing. I hate it. I love it. Like Madam Web, that was a choice of a movie, but there are tiny little things in it that I found to be fun or humorous.
It's called nuance, guys. I feel like it's a lost art now on social media. You either have to be a part of the hate tribe or the love it tribe. And if you're not one or the other, then sorry, we don't care about your opinion. You're on the wrong side.
I remember when I was talking to somebody about this, I was like, there are movies that are aggressively okay. Like movies that are like
aggressively mediocre.
Yeah, just like it's like, dude, I will say this. When it comes to Madam Web, I don't like that movie at all, but I will definitely say if you ask me to say one nice thing about something that I don't like, I can do that with Madam Web. I can be like, look, I don't like the movie at all on any level except for it does perfectly encapsulate the time period of 2003, not just in tone, but even in terms of like what a superhero movie was in 2003. Now, that's not a good thing because superhero movies in 2003 were kind of wiggity whack. But if that was your goal, bravo, you nailed it. You nailed what a movie, a superhero movie felt like in that time frame. And the costumes were nice when they were worn.
And Adam Scott is a great idea as Ben Parker.
Yes.
Yeah.
Don't people that really like that movie, so I know that probably I'll get a lot of comments there, but I liked it. It wasn't
That's okay.
as terrible as a movie that I thought other people thought, but like.
Hey, I had to admit I like Craven. It's okay. We're all getting to know each other here.
Okay.
There we go.
Look, I'm the guy who made a case for the first 2 Venom movies. Okay, look,
Calm down. The second one, hang on.
Well, the last dance was really good.
The first one and the third weren't bad.
See,
The second one.
The second one was pretty bad. Yeah.
The funny part is I do not like the third one at all. Like,
you didn't like it when he danced in the casino?
Honestly, the dancing wasn't the worst part. It was the setup for the shoe joke. It was the setup for the shoe jokes. I was like, because whenever a camera lingers on something for too long, I'm like, okay, they want me to pay attention to this because this is gonna come. This is basically like a Chekhov's gun, basically, more or less. I was like, but why a pair of Converse of all things? And then then by the time you get to it, I'm like, oh, this is why we set that joke up. Okay, cool, whatever. And then the whole like, oh, we have Null in our movie. No, you don't. No, you don't. He's barely in the movie.
I'm still confused about Null, like, because after they said, the Venomverse is done, they're like, but Null will be back. And I'm like, where? What are we okay?
He will never be back.
Null's going to be in the next Across the Spider-Verse.
The tragedy of the Venom movies is the fact that they just made Venom into this like cartoon, comical kind of character and not comic specific. That's
yeah. Look.
There's so much potential there. He really could have been a compelling, interesting antagonist.
Yes.
The problem is, how are you going to make Venom when you don't have Spider-Man? That he's the whole thing.
That was a problem. That's a little bit of a problem.
Yeah.
Like, wait a minute. We're doing a Venom movie. Cool. Is Tom Holland being it? About that.
Let me stop you right there.
Is he gonna have a spider in his chest? About that. Is he gonna do Venom stuff? Sort of. I don't know. I have it. That's why I often tell people, like, comic book movies, they have to be really bad for me to not like them on some level. So, like, I mean, I'll go see anything. I mean,
yeah.
I went to go see The Spirit. So, clearly, I'm down to watch movies I know going into it are probably going to be bad. And The Spirit is easily one of the worst superhero movies I've ever seen. Or I guess comic book movies, not really a superhero. Well, I guess he is kind of a superhero. But, like, yeah, point matters. One of the worst things I've ever watched. And I'm ashamed of Samuel L. Jackson for taking that check. It's like, man, look, how much did they pay you to put a swastika on you, bro? I gotta know. I gotta know what the bag was like for you to do that. And ScarJo too. What is going on here? I don't understand. But I just want to see good things, and I want people to see good things. I want people to be excited and happy. It's not it's not a competition for us. Let Marvel and DC fight it out. We all get to eat. we all get to eat. We got a Jurassic World movie that's about to come out. A Superman movie that's about to come out. We got a Fantastic Four movie that's about to come out. Why are we mad? We got Ironheart right now. What is
this? Is literally the best 2 months of the comic
Eyes of
book.
Wakanda is going to come out in a couple of more months.
Oh yeah. What are we mad about? What are we mad about? Do you know
Wonder Man later on?
Oh yeah, because is that like? Dude, I'm not okay. First off, I gotta say, I kind of forgot that show was coming out because Marvel don't really talk about it as much as they probably should. But
all we got was a title card and a little bit of his.
We saw him a little tiny bit.
Yeah, little 30-second little clip snippet thing.
But it's okay because he looks sexy in it, so that's fine.
I mean, look, I'll watch I'll watch Dr. Manhattan or the Candyman or whatever do his thing. You know, I ain't mad. Yeah, I'm not gonna call him Black Manta because I respect Yaya. I respect him. I'm not gonna call. I'm not. I'm gonna respect him. But no, I think that, yeah, man, we live in a, like, I wish I could go back and tell my younger self, dude, just wait. Just you wait. You're getting a Superman movie and a Fantastic Four movie within 2 weeks of each other. And they're probably going to be good. Probably going to be really good. Like there's a high chance they're going to be, like, both are going to be amazing. I wouldn't believe it.
I'm excited for both.
Me too.
Well, I guess because, you know, I have work to do. And I'm going to get back to it. But before I do want to say, anyone that is still here, y'all should go click on links in the bottom. I want both of y'all to tell people where they can find you the most. Even where they can find you the least, doesn't matter. But, you know, tell them where you are so these people can get hip. So they can know what's going down.
I was introduced first last time, so Jamie, please, by all means.
Oh, sure. blackgirlnerds.com is the site. Feel free to peruse it. We do interviews and reviews of movies, TV shows, all that fun stuff. And then, you know, hang out with me on Threads. I do get a little bit wild in those social media streets. You've seen it. I do talk pop culture stuff, but then sometimes I dive into politics and go a little sideways. But you can find us on all the social media networks, Threads, Instagram, Facebook. We have a weekly podcast as well, so you can listen wherever you listen to your favorite podcasts and check out our weekly show. We just interviewed the director of Sorry Baby, which is a really good movie you guys should check out. The A24 put out, that's coming out this weekend. So if you plan on seeing that film, then check out our podcast interview with the director. And yeah, that's it.
And I was gonna say, you also
at Comic-Con, by the way. I'll be at Comic-Con next month. So if any of you guys are going to Comic-Con.
I was about to say, I was like, I know you're about to be somewhere, because it's fast approaching. So yeah, make sure y'all keep it locked because usually around that time of year, really any major festival or con, usually you're gonna see the Black Girl Nerd Squad out there. So make sure y'all follow for that because that's actually how I usually keep up with a lot of stuff. Because I don't go places. I don't go to cons. They're too smelly. I don't like it.
Fair.
No deodorant. They don't bring any deodorant, and I can't have that. But Megan, tell people where they can find you.
You can find me everywhere by looking for Vigilante Vibes Podcast. You can find me on nerdinitiative.com reviewing comic books every single week. And yeah, mostly on YouTube, or at least trying to rebuild that up since it's a new channel. So yeah, you can see character breakdowns, interviews. I have a series going on called Elevating the Nerdy Voices of the Rainbow, where I put a spotlight on any nerd of the LGBTQ plus communities. So it's all completely inclusive and very non-toxic.
I was gonna say you've also done some character deep dives for some heroes and I think even a villain or two. I know you did one for the Hood. I know you've done some stuff for like Ironheart, getting people up to speed on for the Ironheart series, and so yeah, just I look y'all. Y'all know me. I don't fuck with a lot of folks. Okay, I'm as loner as they get. So if I'm telling y'all to go some places, y'all should probably go there. But yeah, I want to just I guess for everyone else, I will be back tomorrow for Nerds of Culture. I don't know what we're going to be talking about. I haven't thought that far ahead yet because I am a professional. And you'll also be seeing me back Friday. Y'all guys are going to see me live streaming a lot this week because Yeah, I don't know. For whatever reason, yeah, it just kind of lined up that way. So I'll be back Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. You all guys will get to see me twice this Saturday because I signed up for a charity stream. So make sure after the Blur Cave this Saturday, come back at 5 p.m. Central. I'll be back for that, and I'll be live for like 4 hours. Friday, I'll be back. I think like at 3 or 4. Look, just subscribe and hit the notification bell because I don't remember shit. And then yeah, after all that, yeah, we're done. I'm just gonna end transmission and